Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island UK, Season 11, Episode 16.
I would like to start off this episode by apologizing for Io's actions. Io, sometimes he just have a brain lapse sometimes, and he just don't know what he be doing.
Okay.
Right? But I still think that Io is good for Mimi, guys, okay?
Okay.
He just had a moment, a slip-up, and I want to apologize. I know y'all gonna come over here and say, see, I saw, and I apologize. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Blair, you ready?
I'm ready.
Walk us through this, please.
All right, so we're jumping straight into appetizers.
Yeah.
Grace and Connor are talking. He's been in a relationship for 2 years.
Okay.
She talks about how she still has something going on with Joey from when they met over a year ago. He's in a place to where he's ready to find a relationship and start a family.
I'm already off of Grace. Every time I see Grace, there's it's a mark on her. It's a mark on that whole Joey and Grace relationship.
Yeah.
When the voting happens, get them off the show, please.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking to everybody who are our UK viewers and things of that nature. Get them off the show because I cannot take a scene with Grace and Joey seriously. Let's keep going.
Omar and Matilda. So apparently they're from areas that are pretty close to each other.
Okay.
He says that he doesn't have a type and he's really just trying to find his best connection. He also compliments her eyes.
Yeah, Omar, get the boys off the island, right?
Yeah.
Some people have it and some people don't. Maybe it's my fault, Blair. It's my fault. I'm gonna take accountability of wishing more than what somebody can give, right? I'm thinking like, when they fill out this application to be on the show that they have like 18 or older or 21 or older.
Right.
I didn't know toddlers and kids can be on the show. But as it been shown, Omar, you just don't have it. He just don't have it.
So Nicole and Connor.
Yeah.
Nicole and Kieran are getting along well. He plays rugby too, and she actually points to Kieran during the date, like, "Oh, look, he's a rugby player too." I'm just like, Connor, she is not worried about you.
Yeah, she's not.
He says that well, it's only been 2 weeks that y'all have really known each other, so maybe your head could turn. And she says no, like when she is cares for somebody, she goes in deep, and they are fully closed off. And when she says she loves hard.
Yeah, I like the fact that this is their first test after their little mishap, after their little miscommunication. I wouldn't even call it mishap, just miscommunication. To where, are we closed off? We're not closed off. We're exploring. We're not exploring. You say you want to be with Grace. You say you don't want to be with Grace. You kind of kiss Will for no reason. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that she came outright and said, you know what? I made your dinner. I made your appetizer, whatever it is. But this is the most you go get out of me.
Yeah. Well, Sean and Matilda are on their entree date. He gave her a little ketchup heart for her fries, and she loved it. He is also really looking deep into her eyes. He tells people that he picks their sweet based off of their vibe, and he says that she's a watermelon slice, and she's like, yep, a fizzy watermelon. Sean decides to feed her a piece of steak, and she is actually really into him.
What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that, it just seemed like Connor was laying it, not Connor, what's his name? Sean was laying it on pretty thick, but honestly, if she likes it good, somebody please like Sean. That's all I really have to say about it.
Yeah. One thing about me, one thing you will learn about me, there's 2 things that I hate. 2 things that I hate. And it literally goes in this order. Number 1, ketchup. I hate ketchup with everything in my body. Number 2, the devil. Right? That's just, I know y'all like, how do you hate ketchup more than the devil? It's just, I don't like ketchup. Right? Sean, I really hope you nail this girl down. I really hope she is your speed because I'm not seeing it, or am I feeling it coming from him? It always come off as if he's trying. But I'd rather him try and get with someone than him to sit on the side and basically take up space. You know?
Well, for dessert, Mimi and Connor are talking. She tells him that it's nice to have a new face in the house. He says that her meal had the best presentation. And Mimi lets him know that they haven't really said that they're closed off. They're just enjoying where they're at right now as far as she and Io.
What's your thoughts on that? Do you feel like she should have said that they're closed off?
No, because they haven't necessarily agreed to it with each other. So I think that she was right for saying it how she did. They're just enjoying the space that they're in, and they're just seeing how it goes. So,
It kind of leads me to think, like, why don't who has to initiate that they are closed off? Usually it's the guy.
Honestly, I'm like, it could be either one, but I don't think either one of them is. Honestly, I feel like in their situation, Ayo would probably be the one to bring it up. I don't think Mimi would ask.
Yeah, because Mimi seemed like the type to like maybe want to talk about it, but she's not going to initiate the conversation.
Yeah.
We gonna come back to this scene, to this part right here, based on what we see in the episode.
Then we have Will and Matilda. They cheers their bananas. Will says things are going really well with Uma, but he's still very much open.
Nice.
So moving on, everybody comes down to greet the bombshells. The girl.
I have a question. I meant to ask you this while we was watching it.
Yeah.
Is there any such thing as the bombshells liking each other?
Not really, no.
No. Okay, so
I don't know if that's like an unwritten rule, but not really.
Oh, this is basically their job is basically to come in.
Shake up the
It's
house.
to disrupt.
Right.
Okay.
So all the girls talk, and Matilda didn't have a favorite. She was surprised by Omar. He was pretty smooth and funny.
Yeah.
She thinks that Sean is lovely. She actually really liked him, and Will made her feel very comfortable. So with the guys, Joey is talking about how he and Grace are coupled up and how they met a year ago. Their connection is strong. Will says that he's still pretty open. So Connor ends up going to the girls, and he kind of switches places with Matilda so he can get to know the girls, she can get to know the guys. He introduces himself, and Connor said that pretty much he picked the girls who were in the most solid connections.
Yeah.
Matilda talks to the guys. She explains how she knows Ronnie. So she used to date Ronnie's friend. Matilda enjoyed all of the dates that she went on. She does not have a type, but she wants somebody with a kind heart.
Well, that's Sean for you right there. That's Sean.
Omar, he seems to be pretty smitten with her. Like, as they're getting up and walking away, he's just complimenting her and telling her that he's looking forward to their chats. He really likes her aura, is how he put it.
Well, tell her.
Yeah.
Don't tell us. You get upset, tell her, Omar.
Yeah. Well, Grace, Joey, Ronnie are talking. Grace tells Joey how the conversation went. Joey just found it really strange to see her on a date with another guy. So Joey already, pretty much, this is your girlfriend. So.
Oh, man, Joey.
Tiffany, Matilda, and Mimi talk. Tiffany fills Matilda in on the Ronnie situation.
Yeah.
Matilda says Ronnie is, honestly, he's a lovely boy.
Okay. Don't fall for it, Matilda. I'm just saying, don't fall for it.
Nicole and Kieran talk, and she asks Kieran if he was worried at all. Kieran says it would be strange if it didn't affect him. Nicole wanted to be welcoming to Connor, but he wasn't going to be the one to turn her head.
Yeah, every time I see Nicole and Kieran on my screen, I'm going to bring up the fact that same conversation that they had, please show us more Ayo and Mimi.
Yeah, I don't think we really even saw Ayo and Mimi talk about how the date went, and I'm sure they discussed it.
If they don't or if they didn't, that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Right? That means y'all only really talk on camera. That makes no sense. Every time I see Nicole and Karen, I'm like, this could literally just be a scene for Nicole, for Mimi and Ayo.
Yeah.
We need to see more of them. Not only when the drama happens,
Yeah. Well, Uma, Will, Grace, and Joey talk. Uma and Joey were both kind of trying to listen in on how the dates were going. But Uma feels secure in her connection.
Okay.
Well, Joey and Grace end up getting up to walk away because the conversation is turning a little bit more serious with Will and Uma. He says that it's nice. It would be nice to have some reassurance when it comes to Uma. He hasn't heard her say that she is into him. She doesn't want to get fully involved unless she puts her all into it. He feels like he's ready to put his all into it. They end up hugging it out.
Yeah.
But Will says that she hasn't had any words on how she feels about their relationship, and Matilda did shake his head up a bit.
Ladies first.
My thoughts, I think, Uma, you're going to lose your guy. If you don't let it be known that you're really interested, if you don't allow the relationship to progress naturally, not saying that you need to hurry up and kiss him or anything like that if you're not ready to, but if it is moving into that space, there's no need to hold back and be scared and be nervous. Like, let the relationship blossom. It seems that she has a tight hold on it to where she doesn't want it to. So I don't understand Uma. We've talked about it before, and it does seem very just high school and just childish.
Yeah.
Like, if you're into him, let him feel it. And I feel like she's just enjoying the perks of someone being into her. There was even a point to where he said, like, actually, I don't even want to get to know the new girl. And she was so excited about that. She was so excited about it. But at the end of the day, girl, like, if you're not giving him the same energy, he's going to start getting to know people who show him more interest.
Yeah.
So,
this is the equivalent of, like, a little girl. And I have been, unfortunately, on my part, I have been too easy on Uma. I've been too hard on Omar. I've been too hard on Sean. Monveer, I wasn't hard enough. You know what I mean? I kept saying get the boys off the island, but now I'm about to say get the little girls off the island. Uma, you are playing the role of a little girl, right? Because you are putting so much emphasis on a kiss. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I only imagine what you put on sex.
I mean, she literally walked in kissing everybody. So this is just so shocking.
But maybe it don't mean nothing to her because it's a challenge. It's something that she probably had to do without choice, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what you presented yourself as when you first came in is completely different than what you present yourself now. I'm not even telling you to kiss every guy. But if all you wanted, which you said was that I'm happy, she said this at Sleepover Villa. Mm-hmm. All I wanted is someone who is serious about me, who put me as their number one priority, and Will is like, I'm willing to do that. Mm-hmm. Then what are you willing to give back? He said, I want reassurance. So you already got a guy doubting, right? That like you're into him. Because he feels like he's in a position that you're just in a position where you're just taking and not giving. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, it's not so much of the kiss. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, just kiss him, just kiss him, just kiss him. It's just what the kiss represents.
Yeah.
Right? The kiss represents you basically being committed to the Love Island process. It's not so much of you kissing every guy. It's that you on Love Island. You came on the show to basically say, I'm willing to be open to love, to explore my connections. And you're not even doing that. You're just receiving reassurance from other guys while you're not giving any to anyone. And that's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Sean and Matilda are laying in the daybed.
Okay.
He is gassed that she chose him for the main course.
Okay.
Ronnie has been the thorn in his side this whole time. Mm-hmm. Matilda tells him, look, most girls like a bad boy, but she doesn't really get it. He starts complimenting her with her body, her eyes, her teeth. Sean is just really into Matilda.
Yeah, some people got it, some people don't. Sean, I hope it works out for you, buddy.
Yes. Well, at nighttime, while they're getting ready for bed, Will says that he understands it's a slow burn, but things are, but basically there's no time to waste. Mm-hmm. Uma says that Will told her that he didn't want to get to know the new girl. She said it about 3 times this episode, so you're going to hear me repeating it a lot. But she was super excited to hear that. But like I said before, she's not giving much in return.
No.
And I'm not saying she has to give her body or physicality.
No.
Like, not even reassurance that I'm really into you. Let's sit down and talk. Let's cuddle. Like, just the affection from her end is just not there.
Exactly.
It's really not.
Like it's little things such as wake up and give him coffee. Wake up and make him breakfast. Wake up, give him, like, cuddle with him. Like, initiate it, you know? But you on the receiving end. And what's going to happen is you're going to be on the receiving end of nothing soon, right? And here's my problem with Ayo. I don't mean to jump, but Ayo is really burning me right here, right? Okay. Ayo, he's in love. And when I say love, take that with a grain of salt. He is in love with the idea of Uma, right? Instead of appreciating what he has with Mimi, right? I feel like Ayo could get the affection from Mimi. I feel even though he may be the one that have to initiate it or basically get her to be kind of open to it, I feel like she can give Ayo definitely more than what Uma can give Ayo. But because he's not in the know with Uma and really don't know what Will is going through with her, he's in love with the idea of Uma. So that's why at the end of the episode, he could say, a person that I have sexual chemistry with. How you have sexual chemistry with someone who don't even kiss people on the show? Yeah. So it's like, what chemistry or what facts are you basing that on? You're basing it off an idea. And I think Uma is trying to basically wag a bone in people's face like, if you keep pursuing me, if you keep making me number one, you will eventually win the prize. But at the end of the day, it's Love Island, and Will is already saying there's not a lot of time to waste. Yeah. Like, people are going to be coming in. You just can't have me locked down, and then that's when people coming in and out, you know?
Yeah. And Matilda is very much into Sean.
Yeah.
So the Bombshells go into the main bedroom. This is the next morning. Mm-hmm. The food was decent, but they really did enjoy their first night in the company they spent with everyone. Nice. Will says that he's going to have to explore his spark with Uma, but it just might not be there, and he's wondering if he's wasting his time.
Oh, my goodness.
I wish he would say these things to Uma. I felt like he said enough with the whole I need reassurance, but I feel like she still doesn't get it. I think he needs to be a little bit more blunt with her to be like, I think I might be wasting my time because you just don't seem into me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to get Uma to give a bit more, but we'll see that she's contemplating with the idea further on.
Do you think she's acting the way she acting because she have feelings for Ayo?
No, I don't think that's a factor. I honestly think that it is the cameras that might be doing this to her, because even
I didn't think of that,
because we even like heard that she made out with Ronnie in a bar that she worked at. You know what I mean? So it seems like she seems pretty not loose, but like she's open to exploring naturally. But I think that she's concerned about how she looks on camera and not wanting to appear too loose. So I think that's why she's so like uptight, because the way that she's talked about things, like it doesn't seem like she would be like this on the outside.
Yeah. That's a good. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of maybe she's camera shy, or thinking like I have a job to go to after this, or like community to be part of after this. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, Omar compliments whose eyes? Matilda's eyes.
Again. Okay.
Sean ends up making iced coffee for Matilda. Harriet's over there cheering him on in the background.
Boy, mind you, they are coupled.
Right. She tells him that the iced coffee was nice. Just next time, maybe put some sugar in it.
Oh.
She enjoyed her time with him on their date. He is happy that she is there. He says that he felt something last night.
Hey, man, Sean, coffee boy, whatever you want to be known as, lock this down. You need to lock this down, okay? Yeah.
Grace, Uma, Tiffany, and Mimi chat. Uma is talking about how Will said, "You're so chill. I don't really know if you like me." She says, ask anybody here, like they'll tell you that I like you. And I'm just like, yeah, that's that little girl mentality thing, like that middle schooler thing. Like
it's almost manipulation in a while.
Yeah.
Like it's like, why would I ask anybody else who I'm not in a relationship with?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you're right.
Grace explains to her what he said, and basically he wants to take it to the next step, but he gets that she's a little bit slower to move. He doesn't want to get to know the other girl, is what Uma is also repeating.
You see, and here's where, as a guy, this is where our things get lost in translation, right? When things are going so slow, or when things are not moving or progress or it's progressing, we could sometimes say we just want to take it to the next level. And it doesn't literally mean like the next level as in like, okay, what is the next level? We just kiss and start having sex? No. Just not this.
Right.
Whatever this is, I don't want to be here. You get what I'm saying? Give me something new.
Yeah, it's one thing to be friendly and flirty, which is where I think they're currently at. When you first meet somebody, kind of friendly, flirty, don't really know them that well. But then you become comfortable, and it starts to show how comfortable you are in the deeper conversations you have, even how close in proximity you're willing to be to them. And I think that's the next step that he's looking for that Uma just isn't quite registering.
Yeah. I think you hit it so perfectly. You hit it so perfectly.
Thank you.
So perfectly, because when you said, I almost cash app you.
Okay.
I almost cash app you, Pastor. We're so focused on the big things, kissing, right? But truth be told, it's the little things that I really can't pinpoint, but I can feel it.
Yeah.
You're not really close to me. You're not really initiating anything.
You don't feel comfortable with me.
You don't. It's like it's a feeling that I can't put my finger on it, but I think Will is feeling it. And he keeps saying it. He's like, I'm not trying to pressure her to a kiss. It's not about the kiss, but it's what the kiss represents, right? She's putting it like, I don't kiss everybody, then I'm taking my time. But that kiss, you just make you trying to do a sleight of hand, trying to show us, oh look, I'm not just trying to kiss anybody. But what about everything else, Uma? How do we know that you like Will?
Yeah.
And your answer was, talk to the other women.
Like that. Dude, no, that doesn't cut it.
That's not good enough.
That doesn't cut
That's
it.
not good enough.
So we move on to Jess and Connor.
Yeah.
He asks if she has her eyes on anyone, and she says pretty much just you.
Yeah.
He's not her usual type. She says this to him, but he seems mature. He talks about how he's family oriented and how his parents are still together. She is the only child, but she thinks that it does come out at times. She ends up complimenting his shorts. Connor thinks that Jess has been the easiest person to talk to so far. He says he's not really into types.
Yeah.
He's more so a vibe person, and her vibe has probably been the best vibe that he's had thus far.
And listen, I'm all for it. I just wish Jess was just a little bit more honest in her conversation. Like, I wish he just would have been like, hey, yeah, I'm here in this position now because I gave someone a deadline who I want to be with, but he ignored me, and I said I'm the prize, and I kind of chose myself, but really he didn't choose me. That's why I am where I am right now.
True.
Okay, like you know what I mean.
Well, Uma and Will were cuddling until Matilda comes up and basically says, Uma, find somewhere to go.
Yeah.
They both enjoyed their date together. She feels like he gives off mysterious energy. He does let her know that he is attracted to Uma because she asked him, is Uma your type? And I was wondering, like, why would you ask that if it's not the obvious reason?
Kind of racy.
I was like, I'm kind of reading into this a little bit.
Dude, you got one under here?
I think I got my dashiki too.
Okay,
I'm
about
why
to say,
would he not be attracted to Uma?
Exactly.
She's attractive.
Uma is probably like one of the most attractive women on this show.
Yeah.
Yes. With my sister, Mimi.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
with my brother, Ayo.
Okay.
I'm calling all the black people, by the way.
All right.
Case. And my guy, Omar, he quiet. But, you know, he just trying to get it. He taking time to get out his shell, you know? Yeah. And like y'all say, they wrestling for last place. You know what I'm saying?
But he says that he is attracted to Uma, but they're still getting to know each other.
Facts.
She starts asking him about his tattoos. He starts explaining it and just kind of like their meaning to him. She says that she likes a tatted, tall, muscular guy. If she had to choose a type, that would be like her ideal.
I don't think any of those guys are really tatted in that house. I think Will has some tattoos, but like when I think of tatted, I think of like a whole sleeve, maybe like you know a back, or even I feel like I've seen like some of his tattoos, but I don't consider them tatted or even that muscular in there. I don't know.
So Uma and Connor get to talk.
Yeah.
Uma is getting to know Will, but they're still very much open. He says that he doesn't have a type. He vibes off energy. She is the same way.
Yeah.
Uma says that Connor gives off really good vibes, and he just seems very lovely.
Yeah, little words like that just seems like, like grow up, you know?
So Matilda and Harriet talk. Matilda likes Sean. Harriet, and she asks him how things are going with Ronnie, and Harriet says that she's not into Ronnie, but it wasn't very convincing.
No, it wasn't convincing at all.
She says his actions are questionable as well as the way he says things. Matilda says that he's definitely a one-night stand kind of guy based off what she's seen on the outside.
Wait a minute now.
And honestly, if you want the type of guy that you're talking about, Harriet, Ronnie isn't going to be that guy for you.
Wait a minute. Don't be snitching on me now. Don't be snitching on me.
So it's the night party. Will feels Uma, or getting ready, something like that. But Will feels Uma is giving him everything but the kiss. He says he's not desperate for a kiss, though. Matilda is into him, and so that's kind of just shaking his mind up a little bit.
Now I wonder who's going to kiss him first. Matilda or Uma? And I wonder how we will view it as a community, the ones who are watching it with us. How will we feel? How will Will feel if he get a kiss first, even though he said that Uma is his number one priority? Will that change? Will that flip things? You know what I mean? Because he got the big thing and now he can work on the small things. You know, I'm really interested in that.
Uma thinks that she wants to give Will a kiss today, but she's really nervous.
That lets me know you're not experiencing this.
Yeah.
And you may be a little girl that needs to get off the island.
Well, Grace is telling Will that if you talk to Matilda, it'll probably push Uma away. Uma was happy when he said that he didn't want to get to know the new girl. But at this point, she thinks he's deserving of a kiss. Grace tells her that he knows you're a slow burner. He's happy to wait, but he is a bit interested in Matilda, but not over you, because that is immediately where Uma's head went. So he likes her more than me. Like, no, that's not exactly what he said. He wants to move to the next step and essentially don't let this girl take your man. My thoughts was that just Uma's wording of things again, as far as saying that he's deserving of a kiss. That's another thing that's real childish to me too, because I'm like, if you are in a couple with somebody and you're getting to know somebody and the connection is growing, it's not a thing of who deserves what. It's a thing of what naturally feels good to pursue and to move forward with in order to move on the relationship. Like nobody should be in a role of deserving or undeserving. And I think that's what Uma, like, what's got her brain all fried. So
So do you think Uma feels like she wants to kiss Will and she just holding back?
At this point, I don't really freaking know.
Me neither.
Because when people talk about her wanting to get to Casa Amor and she's playing it right for that, maybe that's exactly what she's doing. Because I can't tell who she's into and who she's not. So I don't really think she's that into Will the way she's acting.
Yeah, me neither. So it's like, I think this Casa Amor thing is just this. Whenever we don't see our person that we kind of put our backing to, we kind of be like, just wait until they get to Casa Amor. They are going to open up, because that's a whole nother island where they can kind of pick whoever they want and stuff like that. I think we kind of glorify that, and I understand like that's the point of it, to actually add a twist to the game. But I'm kind of seeing how I just don't see a switch clicking on of seeing you act scared this whole time, and then all of a sudden you're just going to be like this open person in Casa Amor that somebody would want to be. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just seems kind of like this is who you are. I don't know if she wants to kiss Will and she's just holding back purposely. I think she is. If I was to just go with a gut, I think she's playing the game. I think she's playing the game.
So we move on to Grace, Harriet, and Jess's conversation. Jess has had a hard time with the Ronnie situation. She thinks how he is with Tiffany is just really bizarre.
Me too.
I do too. I mean, he's talking about he's a changed man and all these different things. And I'm just like, honestly, Tiffany hasn't done anything.
Haven't even said anything
to
really.
really change you unless you're really that into her. But I just think she's the newest person, so he's acting this way.
And then on top of that, Tiffany is new to Blair's point. She just a new flavor.
Yeah.
She haven't added anything to the show or even to a point that make Ronnie go, oh, I really like you, in my opinion.
Yeah. So honestly, I feel like Harriet and Jess have stronger personalities than Tiffany.
Me too.
Maybe he wants somebody with like a more, I don't want to say weaker, but for a lack of a better words, like just a smaller personality.
I don't even know.
But I just feel like Harriet and Jess, if you wanted to like really get to know and you know have banter and all this stuff with people, like they're beautiful and they have all that.
Yeah, maybe he feels like with Tiffany, he's like, you know what? I caused this kind of love hexagon that I had with Harriet, with Jess and things like that. Tiffany is my clean slate. I now get to be a guy where I'm not going to be kissing everybody. I'm going to be a man of my word. I'm not just going to chill on the daybeds all day. I get to actually start over the Love Island experience because look at the mess that I caused.
Possibly.
You know, maybe it has nothing to do with Tiffany. Maybe it has everything to do with, okay, this is getting a lot to juggle. Let me just like start over.
He's tired.
Yeah.
So everyone gathers around the fire pit. They play suck and blow.
Yeah.
So there are questions that are on the cards if you end up dropping the card.
Yeah.
So Uma has to pick an islander that she wants to perform a striptease. She chooses Sean. He takes his shirt off and swings it around like a helicopter. Tiffany gives someone other than your partner a snog that you fancy the most. She kisses Sean. Ronnie and Jess end up kissing when their thing dropped. And he has to snog the islander you think has the best body other than your partner. Well, Jess gets that. She kisses Connor. Harriet give a high five to the couple you think won't last outside the villa. And she high fives Tiffany and Ronnie. Connor gets snogged the islander you'd be happy to introduce to your family. And he kisses Jess. Ronnie and Nicole end up kissing. Then she gets snogged two islanders you'd like to share a bed with. Ronnie gets that. And he kisses Matilda on the cheek. Then he kisses Jess. He says he's a changed man.
He's not going to be snogging nobody. Right?
Sean gets whisper a sexy compliment to someone. He whispers to Matilda. He tells us, he said, come on, baby. Looking forward to our kiss tonight.
Yeah, because Matilda, everybody was like, what did he say? And Matilda was like, only thing I heard was, come on, baby. Come on, baby. But she liked the fact that he was kind of like bold with it. Like, and I'm happy that Matilda see him as bold because the other women don't. You know, so he get to start off a clean slate with this girl.
And Io gets snogged the islander that's not your partner you have the most sexual chemistry with, and he selects Uma.
And Mimi was not happy. Mimi said that was a test and you failed.
Absolutely.
What's your thoughts on just the Io part?
The Io part, I think Io wasn't thinking. I just think he chose who he thought was the most attractive outside of Mimi. And it was Uma. But, like, guy, like, you don't have to be honest.
No.
Kiss Nicole. Like,
exactly.
Anybody else, you know?
Kiss Nicole.
Not the girl she was in direct competition with.
Come on now, Blair. Like, he's not thinking. And I'm like, are you doing this on purpose? Are you... I wonder... Can I throw a little tea out there for my UK viewers and stuff like that? Is it possible that, you know, when the guys are expressing themselves, basically saying like, man, I'm looking for a kiss, man, you know, Will's expressing this in the boys' locker room, Io hears it, and he's like, you know what? I'm the only guy here that kissed this girl. And I get to kiss her again, knowing, Will, you want to kiss. and I'm in a way mark my territory with her. Dude, you like that tea a little bit?
I hear you, but I don't know if I connect with it fully.
Well, you ain't got to drink the tea, okay? You ain't got to drink the tea, right?
Okay.
But I'm just trying to add something to the show. You get what I'm saying? I do think it's weird that he went to Uma, the one that was in direct competition, the one that he was in 100% love triangle with. It was to the point where Uma wasn't kissing, and she felt some type of way that Aya was kissing Mimi. So he was like, you know what, Mimi, I think we shouldn't kiss. And I'm just like, what is this hold that she has on you? And Mimi... After that date, that beautiful date that they had on the small yachts, Mimi words, right? Yeah. Why would you even like bring her back down to reality of like, you may like this other girl. You should have went with Harriet or Nicole. Those would have been the safest bets. Anything else you thought about this episode?
That's all I got.
Listen here, we will be back tonight with Love Island USA. Love Island USA is going to be a great episode tonight, and we're going to do our part in trying to do a great review. We see y'all tonight. Bye.
Bye.